with recommendation of just 3 to 9 team members on a Scrum team. Does that mean that Scrum is not suitable for larger projects? Do you have that question? Really? Can we not utilize the beauty of Scrum, the benefits of Scrum on larger teams? Let's look into this discussion. Before we start, let me introduce myself. I am Nidhi Kohli, the Agile veteran with EduHubSpot, who has helped several project management professionals in their project management journey, both predictive and adaptive. And we at EduHubSpot take pride in supporting you in your certification journey, helping you in your professional aspirations. So let's get to the topic. And before we discuss further, I would like to share my real life experience with handling a bigger team using Scrum. So this was long ago. I was managing a large complex project. The team was comprised of almost close to 60 people. Now, the number of stakeholders was very huge in this particular project. The project was also very complex. So we wanted to build it in an adaptive, agile manner, and we decided to use Scrum. People were asking, how can you use Scrum? The Scrum has a limitation of under 10 people in its team member. You have 60 people. How would you do that? Well, what we did, we divided our entire team into multiple sub-teams. Each team was focusing on their particular modules. They had an independent modules that they were working on. But there were interconnections between these modules as well, which means a close collaboration was required across these sub-teams as well. So what we did, initially each of these sub-teams would work independently in a Scrum method, having their own daily Scrum, having sprint planning, all those sessions. But they also decided collectively, collaboratively on a cadence when they will come together and resolve any across team collaboration issues or any information or discussion that is needed. So this cadence was decided, and based on that cadence, one representative from each of these sub-teams came together in a meeting where they resolved the collaboration, dependency related issues, and they discussed about the progress of the project. Now this meeting was called Scrum of Scrums. So each sub-team was a Scrum in itself. Each of the sub-team was handling their modules as an independent Scrum team, and then the representatives from these sub-teams came together in a meeting for collaboration, for planning, for replanning in a meeting called Scrum of Scrum. So you may say it looks like Daily Scrum. Well, you are right. It definitely looks like Daily Scrum, but there are some basic differences. Let's look at what are these differences. The very first thing is that Daily Scrum is a daily meeting. Of course, the name says Daily Scrum, so it is a daily meeting. Whereas Scrum of Scrum may not be a daily meeting. So what is the cadence? When do we have it? Well, the team collaboratively decides on a cadence. It may be daily, it may be weekly, it may be bi-weekly. It all depends on the team's situation and what they want to follow. The second difference is that Daily Scrum is a 15-minute meeting. Scrum of Scrum, on the other hand, is not limited to 15 minutes. Again, the team collectively, collaboratively decides on the time box that they want to use for Scrum of Scrum. The third difference is that in Daily Scrum, we do not do any discussions, which is very obvious. It is a 15-minute time box meeting and there is really no scope for discussions. So even if somebody comes up with, what impediments they are facing, probably the maximum is who will have this discussion when, and or it is noted down in the parking lot, and that discussion, whatever is required, happens after daily scrum at whatever time that the involved team members want to collaborate. It may not be right after daily scrum. Now coming to Scrum of Scrum. The purpose of Scrum of Scrum is to collaborate among these sub-teams. Each of these teams are working independently, but they have interconnectedness among each other. So they need some place where they can resolve issues, where they can discuss technical things, where they can discuss any dependency related problems or anything that they want to discuss for the project. So in Scrum of Scrum, the team members, the representatives actually collaborate on how to move forward, what are the best decisions that they need to take. The fourth and last difference which I would like to highlight is that in daily scrum, the entire team participates. All 3 to 9 team members, everybody comes together, same time, same location, and answers the 3 questions. Whereas in Scrum of Scrum, one representative from each of these teams will come together to collaborate. Now, often people ask me, does it has to be a Scrum Master? No, it really depends on what discussion you want to have and who is required to go to that meeting. So it may be a Scrum Master, it may be a product owner, it may be a development team member, it may be one specific person. Anybody who can contribute to that meeting will go for that discussion. With that, I would like to thank you for your time, and I hope your confusion regarding Scrum of Scrum is resolved. Before I end, I want to give you a conditions applied quote. And what is that? Scrum of Scrum may have different meaning based on the methodology that you are following. What I have explained is a common way in which Scrum of Scrum is utilized to scale Agile to larger projects. Some other methodologies like SAFe has a particular meaning to it, and if you are following that methodology, you can use that definition. Okay, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe, and you can find lot of resources on www.eduhubspot.com which can help you in your learning journey. So happy learning, happy continuous improvement, and see you.